Yo, check, mic 1, 2. That help it out? Is that better? Yo, check. Yo, check. Mic checker, wrecker. This is why we wait. Alright, you guys should be hearing it now. Is that better? Better? Is that better? Anything? Can you hear it? I don't want to have to restart the stream. I'm seeing output. It says that I've got output. Can you hear me? Audio check. Can you hear me? Let me know if you can hear me. I can do it this way too. Hold on. I hate doing it this way because I get feedback. Dude, I've been having the worst luck with technology lately, and it's been kicking my butt, and I'm not super happy about it. So let's just pull up. Let's see if we can pull it up. Okay, you guys can hear me? Alright, sorry about that. Let me just start all over again. The only thing that sucks about doing live is I can't edit it out and down, which sometimes I need to do. Anyway. Thanks for joining me. My name is Dark Pool Algo. I am a smart money, dark pool, and block trade options and stocks day trading analyst. We're going to use some software to find stocks and options that are going to make a greater than expected move tomorrow or later this week. Hopefully, with that being said, what you see in front of you is the FlowTrade system. Link in the description for a free trial. If you want to pay for some one-on-one coaching with the FlowTrade Pro traders, hit me up. They've got a special going on. It's invaluable. You basically get one-on-one, like, hey, this is how you make money in the stock market without pulling your hair out or being crazy. But before we get too much into this, make sure you do me a favor. If you try and find this content useful, if you like what you're seeing, if you like what you're hearing, make sure you hit that like button, subscribe, turn on notifications, and share it with your friends. Okay, with that being said, if you have ticker requests, make sure you get it into chat now. If not, I am going to run through the 5 or so that I've got that look pretty interesting to me from a trading standpoint. I got a really cool compliment on Twitter that somebody took the Square trade. That they were able to take the Square trade, and if you saw what Square did, look at this massive off the daily bottom, 227 to 247, right? I was in at 65, out at 6 or out at 5. And if you guys don't know what that means, I bought a contract for $65. I sold it for $650. Bounce, breach, retreat, run. Let's look and see what the Algo had to say about that, right? And this is why I took the trade over in the lower right-hand corner here. All right, so obviously when I did the analysis on this, I talked about the Wu-Tang pattern reversal, right? Where it was possibly setting up for one of those. I talked about how the Algo was buying, right? Block trade support and resistance at the point, at this time. If I clear the drawings out, I can just do a real quick secondary analysis on it. Okay. If you're new to the channel, if you see blue lines, they're dark pool block trades. If you see red lines, they're regular block trades. If you see a white line, we're a dark pool and a regular block trade both printed so close that I don't want to confuse anybody. So I will just lay out a white line. Not that kind. Yeah, you guys noticed. That was funny. Excuse me. That was hilarious, actually. I got jokes. I'm going to San Francisco next week. I got jokes. All right. So what I was saying is that the Algo had been steady buying after a period of consolidation. the main thing that I was saying was like, look, this is not bearish divergence. This is consolidation. Let me just get the right tool. So this was the other day where it's like, hey, the algo's consolidating. When it breaks, it's going to break hard. It's respecting block trade levels. It acts as support and resistance, right? It was pulling price action up with it. All that Square had to do was get through these these regular block trade levels as resistance, which it did. Now it's going to come back and test those and use those as support on its journey, probably even higher. I think this thing's going to go for a little while. Now, I'm looking for pullbacks. The algo's still steady buying. I'm looking for pullbacks. Let me show you what the algo buying looks like. See? You see that? Right? This is just algo consolidation here. This isn't divergence. This isn't bearish. So, little rotation back into Square, and sorry, yeah, he knows what I was talking about. Sidetracked. Anyway, so yeah, price action interacts. You know, it's beautiful. Like, this is just easy to see. You know, a breach above support resistance levels, come back, test it as confirmation, and then just rip. Currently, it's trading above, just barely above the 4-hour Keltner channel top. Next target would be 253. I believe, showed it out on the trading view chart, where I was like, this is, you know, this has got room. It's a 1, 2, 3 reversal, right? Up, back to about here for the next move up. I was off by, I was just off by just a little bit, but what can you say, right? We've got earnings coming up. This is the run into earnings, right? You've got this overhead trend line resistance, right? Overhead. You've got previous highs that it's currently, right, running into. Let me just mark those up for anybody who's interested in still taking this trade, because I think it's pretty, right? We're currently at that, right? This red line is previous highs. And we can get up and close above that 247, like really close above it. This would be just, you know, perfect bounce play, right? Yeah, so I mean, I'm still interested in Square up to run into earnings at 270, or excuse me, 267. Okay, I wanted to keep these live streams short, so I need to get back on track. Square, Overstock. I'd promised. All right, so I did a stream this morning, and I'd promised to talk about how Overstock was in a consolidation mode. And I foolishly marked some things out on the chart, like it's going to go here and here, which you should never do. Don't ever tell the stock market what you think you want it to do, because it's going to be like, I do what I want. You don't know me. I do what I want. So with that being said, I'm going to look at Overstock real quick. Yeah, see, I threw out these price. These orange levels are the levels I threw out for today. The reason that is we had a lot of momentum coming in, right? I thought that it would have hit, you know, here by about 9:45, retraced, came up and hit here by about 11:45, right before lunch, right? Or even into lunch, and then just ripped out throughout the rest of the day. I still believe that since it's at the 4-hour bottom, it's above the 200, it's at the daily bottom, it needs to come up and tip-tap test on this 4-hour mid, make a decision at that 4-hour mid to continue up to the 618 retracement. Speaking of 618 retracements, you want to see something sick? Check this out. Look at this on SPX today. Like, is that just not gnarly? That is phenomenal, right? Out of the daily, above to the 4-hour, right? It hits the 618 perfectly, like on the dot. Retraces past the 50, almost to the 382, but then back up to the 618 before it, you know, just kind of dies off. Anyway, so yeah, that's I won't be foolishly laying out markers saying it's going to go here and here, because it's still consolidating. So Overstock, I still like the algo setup for it. is pretty decent. It is trading with price action, and if we do get this rotation back out of tech and financials into the COVID value stocks, which I think we may do, I had shared a list of those. Let me just pull it up on my screen real quick. This is my list of COVID stocks, and I should probably avoid using those words. I think the algorithm doesn't like it. What I look for is triple green, so 8, 13, 21, 34 wave. Netflix is in there with the woo, which means that there's higher interest than options volume. Higher option volume than there is interest, which means people are buying multiple contracts. These are my squeezes over here, right? Netflix is in a 15, 30, 1 hour squeeze. This is a new tool that one of the pro traders came up with, this breaching, right? KR, right? Looks good. SE looks good to buy. MKC and STMP. Right. Let me just write this down real quick, because I do want to go over them. STMP, KR. What was the other one? STMP, KR. Oh, DocuSign. Bangers. Yeah, Docu went nuts. All right, so I'm kind of all over the place. I had looked at MNKD. It's a little penny stock. I don't typically pay pennies, but when I do, I play ones that win, because all I do is win, no matter what. I'm just playing. Mankind. All right, this is pretty decent. It's daily, monthly, 4-hour bottom. If it can break up above 480, it's going to eat pretty quickly to 520. Nice pullback to rejection off of this volume profile mid. Is this V score? I don't know. Looking at, I'm looking over here on the daily now. Right. Nice run, retreat. We've got. Looks like it's trading. Is this my point of control? Oh, that's one point of control. It looks like it tip-tapped off of the daily point of control, came back down. Nice reversal. What I'd like to see with this is, maybe it comes back and starts testing some of this. All right, we can throw a fib on it real quick. So high to low, high to low, high to low. Came down, we tested the 382. We're making a decision at the 50% for a target of, 478, a break of 478, and we go to 550, followed by 606. Yeah, that's MNKD. All right. So I wanted to look at STMP, KR, and DocuSign for tomorrow. Now, a bunch of plays had earnings. Oh, I can't play Stamp. This is just ridiculous. That's like, what am I going to do with that? Try something else here. Some other ones that I looked at, ILMN. Zscaler. One second here. Let me just see. All right. I want to look at. If you got a request, let me know. I'm not finding anything. So I hate doing this. I hate just randomly blowing through stocks like, oh, what is divergence? What's good? I've got scanners. I've got this. I've got that. Check this tool out. It is divergence from a scanner. So FlowTrade is so sick that, guess what? It pulls divergence for you and shows it to you. So Uber, Wells Fargo, T-Mobile, Run, Mitch, all of those guys had divergence today. Let me show you how that looks on the chart. When you use apps, right? Everybody loves apps. APPS. So whenever price action is selling and the algo is buying, that's bullish divergence, right? So apps is currently selling off. The algo is currently buying on the 1 minute. Let me check out apps on the 15 minute. If the same thing's happening on a larger time frame or a larger scale, this is bullish divergence. So apps, I'm gonna look at apps tomorrow, and this is why. We're currently daily bottom. Yeah, daily bottom, monthly bottom, on our way back up to the daily mid, weekly mid at 69.71. So for apps, I didn't mean to pull that up. You don't need to see this anymore. And just going to do a real quick run through on apps and APPS. You know, all it takes is one good play and your week's made. All right, so what do we do today? Oh yeah, this is going to be fun. Sorry about that. I accidentally clicked on Weeble. Didn't mean to. All right. Well, Digital Turbine had sold off and got below the 200 SMA. Oh shit! Do they have earnings? Oh no. Below the 200 SMA. I don't like that. I like stocks that can maintain the 200 SMA, but we've got that divergence, so keep in mind, take this with a grain of salt. I might be a couple days early, right? I might be a couple days early, right? Let me bring this down. Yeah, I'm a little early on apps. If you're interested in it, give it a day or so. And this is why. While this looks like a pretty decent recovery pattern off of a pretty significant supply zone, demand zone that it's in right now, all the way back to here. We just entered a squeeze. We don't have any other real squeezes to help us pull us out. We may revert to the 21, and if the market continues to sell off, then apps is going to do the same thing. So let's just hold off on apps right now. Let me run through some of these other ones. I keep note of these that I'm early on. I've got a special early column over here on my watch list, or my little scratch piece of paper that I write stuff on. And I come back and check it after a couple days. I like that divergence to really build to confirm direction. Fiverr, this is a nice move, right? We've got a MACD crossing over into a squeeze pro slingshot that's going to release. We've got a little minor rising 50-day SMA overhead resistance coming in at 230, right? Which is also previous highs, right? There's a little bit of a little micro supply zone in here, right? Yeah, that's what I like to see. Now, if I can get divergence, it's going to be over. It's going to be all over, but cash in the checks. All right, so these are my levels. Currently trading at 229.63. Our primary MACD cycles are turned up or are in line. What I mean by that is this. So the primary is the 2 minute, the 5 minute, or excuse me, primary is the, well, for this one, it's a 10, 20, 30 minute. MACDs are all positive. Did I get it in time? Damn it, I didn't. I've got a little study over here that's got multi-time frame MACD on it. Look at this. So I look at this when looking to get into position, especially momentum trades. Now, the right-hand side is the top, starting at the top to the bottom. Right-hand side is 4-hour, 15, 5-minute, and 2-minute. Left-hand side, my primary MACDs are the daily, the 3-day, the weekly, the monthly, the weekly, the 3-day, the daily, right? I think I have a yearly in here too. Daily, 3-day, weekly, monthly, yearly. Yes, correct. So when this left-hand side, the primary MACD cycles are aligned and positive, it's longer-term swings that are going to benefit from that, okay? So Fiverr, it made a move today, right? Everything pretty much made a move today. It's been making a move since, all week. Nice, strong uptrend. Stacked positive moving averages, currently above the 4-hour Keltner channel top, on our way to the weekly, or to the daily mid at 234. At 234, we're going to make a decision whether we want to continue on to 240, which is the 127, or we're going to reject and come back down to this 4-hour top at 226, okay? We've got this nice little move, nice little reversal move, right? Closing above the 200 SMA. Got a weekly squeeze that may fire off. A little slingshot squeeze happening on the daily, right? This is bearish divergence. So this is the 5th wave that it's in now. It'll need to trigger a 1 possibly to come back down to that support, maybe the 4-hour top that we had talked about, or the 21-day EMA before the next move up. I'm looking for this MACD crossover to coincide with possibly this weekly squeeze being released. If that's the case, then we can come up and eat back to these levels that we were looking at. MSTR, I'm going to stay away from. This looks like Bitcoin. I don't know. You know what? Let's check this shit out to the downside. MSTR. Excuse me. MSTR. Mr. MSTR. Like I said, I'm a little early on this divergence for apps. I'm going to check on it in a couple days. Apps, divergence. Early. Okay. Looking at, I wanted to see MSTR. Okay, this could be interesting. If MSTR is doing that, what is Mara and what's the other one, Riot, doing? And then what is Bitcoin? Do we have a Bitcoin stock that trades 1-to-1 with Bitcoin? All right, so MSTR algos have diverged to the upside. It is early divergence. There's no institutional block trades coming in to support this position. So this would all be, this is not bad. Again, I may be a titch early, but it looks like it's starting to recover nicely. Let me draw some stuff on here. I always feel better after I do some drawings on things. All right. So what do we got here? We've got overall uptrend. We're in an overall uptrend. I'm going to use white again to kind of throw some stuff up on the algo just to see what it's doing. Right. Looks like the algo broke its overhead resistance. We diverged on the 16th. Pretty significant net buying coming in. We've got a little bit of a little uptrend support there. I can't tell if we're breaking. If we broke the falling wedge, or yeah, it's kind of a wedge. It's a down channel, right? Looks like we broke out of it. So divergence occurred at this level here, which is approximately 560. That's what I'm looking for initially to target on MSTR. MSTR, what do we got for me? This is a massive sell-off, rejection of the 4-hour top. Like, what did I say, 560? That's a 4-hour top. Rejection off the 4-hour bottom. So, it's tough, dude. This is a tough one to call. It really is. Grow, GMG. This is a tough one to call. Let me see here. Reversion to the mean, which is the 21, occurs at 556. We've got, let me just do this. I don't like that it broke below the 200 SMA. I typically really don't like that. It's frustrating. So let me just mark up some levels here. So we've got some previous lows. We got some previous lows over here and some different levels. Let me see. A very significant level there. Very significant level there. We're at a significant level now. We have a demand zone. Let's look how long this demand zone comes from. So this is a demand zone for do we come down and touch that before we reverse, or is this going to be a good enough spot here? You know, a trend line. Trend line says that we're almost to a stopping point, right? A reversal point. Fibonacci. I'm throwing all the tools at it right now because I'm not 100% seeing what I like to see on this thing. I want to see some data. What the heck? I'm not seeing the data that I wanted to see. What did I draw that line there? Hold on. Remove. Redraw. Okay, this is going into the early one as well. While there's bullish divergence there, there's not a technical pattern to back it up. Okay, I apologize. Maybe we'll find something. I'll just go through all 2,000 stocks. Yeah, I'll look at Neo, Blink, thanks. Yeah, I'll check those out right now. Thanks for being interactive. Appreciated that. Sometimes I get a little buck crazy out here and just run off on my own agenda. I like GRWG, Blink, and then I had a request to look at, I'm not looking at GameStop. All right, Neo. Neo is actually doing better than I thought. I had Neo pegged to the downside this week. I think Tesla has earnings coming up that might be helping it out a lot. Look at that, just phenomenal level of dark pool and block trades. All right, so I'm just going back to last six. Get back here. Going back the last, I guess I'm going back the last 9 days on Neo. If I remember correctly, I'd said if it gets above 43.68, it's got an easy move to 44.79. The tougher move for Neo is a break of 46.15, or actually 46.28. That's the last dark pool level. Let me throw these on here for you. So if you want to take a screenshot or whatever you can, or I can take a screenshot. So we've got a dark pool coming in on the 12th. We're obviously based off of a cluster of dark pools. We've got some pretty clear regular block trade levels. 46.15. This 44.79 is the next level of resistance. The last time we ran into it, we sold off. Right? That's this one here. Right, this block came in on the 14th. On the 15th, we hit it and sold off. Right? So we're going to keep that in mind. Looking at Neo. Nice move today, Neo. Look at this precision. Right? Look at this precision bounce off of that daily bottom precision bounce. Beep, bop. Interacting with the 4 hour. Decided it wanted to continue its move to the upside. It's in a cloud. Which cloud is it in? It's in the monthly cloud. When Neo breaks above 4670, it's just going to rip to, like, it's just going to rip. Okay. I like Neo to 45. Let me see if we got any squeezes to help us get through it. I'm going to grow generation. That was one of my favorite stocks. All right, Neo. If you notice, the first thing I do is I look over here. I look at my MACDs, right? Primaries are green. The daily, however, is heavily to the downside. Midterms, so the 4 hour and the hour are positive. All right, what do I like about Neo? I like that it rejected off of the 50 period SMA, right? That's good. I like that. Looks like we ran into a little bit of trouble with the 34. So this red line's at 200. We're just kind of trading in this range. Like I said, a break above 45.50 for Neo. Excuse me. Yeah, 40. I'll draw it out here. But a break of some of these previous highs, which is above the 200 SMA. And then we can breathe a little bit. There may be some squeezes that formed and release them by then. But currently as it stands, we'll just go pivot point. So high. We're currently at, we broke above that one. Let me just throw this up on the weekly. Sometimes looking at stuff on the weekly really helps. Is this an inverted head and shoulders? Or, all right, so starting from the bottom, look at this squeeze we've got going on. We've got a monthly squeeze with a light blue histogram. That's good. Earnings coming up, which is another positive thing. Green 10x bars, positively stacked moving averages on the weekly. Okay, these are all good things. Maintaining the 50 period SMA. Good stuff, good stuff. All right, we've got some targets that I'm going to just throw up here. We've got a level here. Right, we have a high there. We've got a high here. Right, that's going to be my, you know, easy, nice, smooth like Sunday morning, easy run from 48.36 to 55.13. Right. Right, that's going to be easy. Then the next easy smooth run is going to be probably going to be coming up to, I might have to move it down to the daily on that. Yeah, I like Neo. Neo on the weekly looks gorgeous. I've learned that the more I can be on the higher time frames, the easier life is. Life's just so much easier on a weekly chart. I should make a song about that. Oh, does that line up in the middle? Alright, so yeah. There is a supply zone. It's kind of an ugly supply zone, but there is a supply zone. So, yeah. Like I said, this is the move I really want to catch, the 48 to 55 move. You were asking about 49. Hold on, let me see here. Usually those easy moves that I like line up pretty well. That lines up pretty good, which means that this move, yeah. All right. All right. On the day, weekly Neo looks bearish. Possibly looking at 30 or 29. Nah, it's not going to hit 30. You think Neo's going to come all the way back down here? I mean, anything's possible, and yes, it could possibly, yes, it could happen. However, yeah, I mean, now that you say that, I could. You guys know this trick and toss? So I'm very bullish by nature, and so I see things from a bull's point of view. And so for me to really try to get a bear's point of view, I turn my charts upside down. And then I look at them, right? To me, this looks like a 1, 2, 3 pullback, right? Maybe top coming in and targeting some of these previous. And while I'm saying these are previous highs, when I flip it over, you'll see what's up. Maybe coming in and it looks like there's a funky doodle little supply zone that runs right here. Right, it's weird because we stayed in it for a couple days, but yeah, there's this supply zone that runs from 35 to 30. Right. Looking at it upside down, it looks like we're getting ready to make another move to the upside with moving average support. So, break 45. Yeah, the 48 to 55 is a good move. I mean, this is going to be one of the ones, if it cracks, it's going to crack. And there's no reason why not to take advantage of it cracking. Oh, there it is. I knew I'd find it. There we go. This is the next target for Neo right here. Wherever those. Now I have to go back and mark it. Oh, what happened? So Neo, a break of 40, right? We come down and we play in this demand zone that runs from 39.77 to 38. 39.77 to 38. 39.77 to 38. 39.77. You guys are gonna get sick of me saying that, but I'm gonna say it. 39.77 to 38. Where's the doji? I grabbed a doji to give me that. Is this it? Alright, so this is our demand zone. It's always helpful. If you guys don't understand supply and demand zones, let me know. I'll do a video on it. But it's all, these are bus stops, right? It's as simple as that. Stock's coming down. This is a bus stop. Let's say I owned all the shares, right? And I wanted to supply them to you at a specific price, right? $50 to $55. But I'm only going to let you resell them, right, at 38. So you're down here demanding more stocks to run out to your clients because you're going to sell them at 55. I'm going to give them to you at 58 because I own them at 30, right? Supply and demand. I have the demand. You get the supply. Anyway, yeah. So I'm going to look for a rejection here off of the 382, which is 44.57, which is also the 34 EMA. If that does happen, we do come down and test this daily bottom at 42. Like, this is super support. We've got a lot of support underneath this. We got the daily bottom, we got the 4-hour bottom, right? That's that daily support, right? This is a little bebop. So I'm looking to reject off of here and come back down and test 41, which is a 200 SMA, which it likes to respect, and possibly down into 40. Contrarian, which means would be bullish if we can get up and above, right? If we can get up and close above 44.57, then I think we're going to go up and test the 50% at 48.85. We may reject off of that. If we do break through it, and we're going to go, you know, this is a nice little move. All right, so that was Neo. Wow, I spent a lot of time on that. Sorry. Blink. Oh, man, I want to get back into Blink. Funny story. I was going to buy Blink at 17.69. I got greedy and wanted to get it at 17.65. It was on a pullback, and this was months ago. It hit 17.70 and then just ripped for like 3 weeks straight. So that was. Let me show you the move. Right here. Oh, 1873. Right. I wanted to get it at 8. I had a fib level for it to come back to 18. Right. I missed this move, and it's pissed me off ever since. Right. I missed that move. I had a fib level for it to come back a little bit more. I was a weenie for a teeny, and I missed this massive move. This, you know, $37 move. Or if I'd played my rules and got out on the first 50% close below the 8 EMA, I still would have got a $21 move out of it. Just anyway, regardless. Very wavy stock, I see. It looks like it's doing, it runs in waves. That's good. That gives us some levels. I don't want to clear out this drawing set just yet because I believe I had a demand zone here that failed. I mean, how slopey is this trend line? Like, stuff gets wackadoodled below the 200. There should be a shirt called, wacky things happen below the 200. I mean, we may come back down and test this, trend line support. We do have a slingshot squeeze getting ready to happen with a MACD crossover. Our 4-hour primary MACDs are aligned, which means that the monthly and weekly are all positive, but they're curled down. Like, it's super heavy, but it's also super lined up. I hate confusion in stocks. Let me show you this. All right, so I do left and right hand columns. So the left hand is the higher time frames, right? Weekly down to daily, or 4-hour, daily. Right hand side is 4-hour down to 2-minute, right? So the monthly or yearly and monthly and 4-hour and hour are all nice and green, but the rest is red. So that's still pretty heavy in my opinion. Red 10x bars. Negative stack moving averages. We've got this white box here it's going to be a supply zone, so we may retrace to that and continue to sell off. Just not super impressed with what's going on with Blink. Nasty rejection off of this 4-hour and monthly. So it'd be the monthly bottom. Nah, it can be the monthly bottom. Yeah, monthly bottom, 4-hour top. Nasty rejection. Interacts with the 50 or the 200 really well. 4-hour mid. It's going to take a lot of momentum to get up and above 33, 31. That's why I have this price target right here of 33.50. So there is a supply zone that goes from 33.50 to, I'm just calling it 35, or more specifically 33.62. So like, these levels may be off a little bit, but the main point is this: if we can get above 35, then you breathe to 36, up to 38, and then you reject or consolidate at 36.75 on your way up to 40. So the move we want to play is the break of this level here. We can break that. This is an easy move. Contrarian, we continue to reject off of this. right? We come back down to 29. You know, we come test 29 again. That's blink. Oh, I know. I was so pissed. Oh, dude. I will get my money out of blink one day, just not today. Etsy is another one. Good move over the last couple days. Finally got out of this consolidating demand zone, or was it a supply zone? Let me see. What was it? What did I have it drawn as? Oh, yeah. I had it as a demand zone. We chopped within it. Look at this move. This might be a good continuation play. Nope. Squeeze isn't fired. And if you want to play Etsy, you got to break 195 to 20. 195, 200 resistance on the way to 206. Possibly earnings play. Earnings in a couple weeks. Gotta keep an eye on that. Nice strong uptrend. 1, 2. We're into the third wave right now. I could play the fifth wave pullback. Where's that going to pull back to, though? Possibly pull back to 192. Right? That could be a fun one. This could be a fun one. So we've got this squeeze, the slingshot squeeze that's about to fire. 4-hour fire. Our primary MACD cycles are looking pretty decent. We're above the 200. We're starting to stack our moving averages positively again. I would look for some key resistance coming in at these previous highs, right? In this area. Oh, look, there's a doji. I grabbed dojis and used those as supply and demand zones. Haha. Bink. It's this one right here. Yeah. It's going to work out pretty good. So for me, a break of 198, I'll play to 206. That's Etsy EX TLT. Oh, dude, I finally made some money off of TLT. Thanks. And didn't even need to use Josh Answer's help to get it for once. Haha. Right? No Uncle. What is Uncle Answers? Yeah. Nope, I earned it all on myself. So if you don't know about TLT, let me give you what took me years to figure out. When the market goes down, TLT goes up. When the market goes up, TLT goes down. Oh, yeah. I mean, anyway. So, TLT, do we pull back to the 8 EMA or do we come back to the 21? Right? We've got this gap that needs to be filled. All of these things that aren't looking good for TLT. But is the market strong enough to do that? Is the market strong enough to continue up? TLT is currently trading at the 4-hour mid, which seems like anytime it does interact with that mid, it retraces back up to the top. However, this time we're below the 200 SMA on the 5-minute. Looking at it on the daily. I don't know if this is a gap fill. Well, it could be for the next move up. But it looks good. May want to grab some. Maybe some August 147 puts. Maybe. I don't like this bar. It's not an inside, it's an outside bar, right? Isn't that what it is? Outside bar. Something like that. So, TLT. Oh, you want the algo. That's what the algo has to say about it. And then I'm going to do EXF or EFX and then TLT, and I got to run. Oh, look at this. This is a great example of block trades and how they affect a stock. Okay, so we've got a combination dark pool and regular block trade that came in at 149.99 or 150, right? That's this level here. That's causing support for TLT currently. The algo's lip depth, right, curled around, possibly retracing or net starting to buy again. We've got this little I want to draw these levels out because you can see how they affect price action. And if I can grab the right tool, right? Price action gapped up over it, came back down, found support, came back up, right? Ran into some overhead resistance, faded right through it. We're stopped right at that dark pool and regular block trade level at 150. Right? Believe me, I had 148 puts all day. I was waiting for it to come through. It never did. I was like, what's going on? And then I saw that block trade and I was like, shh, I just sold them. Right? We've got a dark pool level at 150, 175. So, ping pong ball. Keyword ping pong ball. We're currently basing at support. The algo's curled up. If the algo, right? If the algorithm can get through this cluster, right, that it's had a problem with right here, you see, if we can get through that cluster and it can start taking out some of these previous levels, especially these combination levels, they're pretty damn significant. If you've got a dark pool level and a block trade level coming in at a significant level, right, 146.50, what happened the last time the stock was at this level? It consolidated, right? We got another dark pool level of a little bit of interest, 147.70. Right, coming in right in here. So, that's a lot of red, white, and blue. I would look for TLT. If it does start to run again, it's going to run into 150.81, 151.07 consolidation. A clean break will give you a run to 151.74 before it pulls back and retests 151.07 for the next move up. A breach above 151.74, and I believe we can start moving higher. Okay, that's the TLT. All right, I mean, it looks really good. It just needs to find some support. I don't know what. Oh, I had it. What did I do this for? Oh, there's a demand zone or supply zone there that we're going after. Haha, that's what it is. 153.16. Yeah, basically from here to here. Okay. Yeah, those are previous highs and lows. Okay. The next one I'm going to look at, and the last one is going to be EXF. EFX. FX. That's pretty kind of a cool little name. EFX. Not sure what they do. First time looking at this chart. Alright, this is bearish divergence in that it just started, right? And it can take anywhere from 2 days, 2 weeks. You know, there's no time frame set on when divergences must play out. We don't have any block trade levels to guide us. So with that being said, I'm going to draw some algo lines and we can take it from there. So it looks like the algo was moving in a nice strong, right? Nice strong upward direction. Pretty much trading in, right, a nice little channel. The algo diverged. Looks like it diverged today. So look for it to pull it back down. Now, if the algo bounces off of its previous, you know, if the algo bounces off at this level and retraces, this would just be a simple, right, run up, retrace, move to the next move. Okay. I've never traded this stock. I don't even know what they do. So oh, Equifax? Shit. Look at that. That's a gnarly move from this year. 227 to 256. Bebop off of that level. I would like Equifax to pull back to previous highs it was running into, right? Should be these kind of levels here, which is also the 4-hour top. If we can bounce off the 4-hour top, then yeah, we can definitely move to new highs. Definitely move to new highs as long as we can get some support beneath us, right? We gotta have that support. So that algo divergence may just be a simple pullback to support. If we wanted to get really nasty with it, earnings. Oh, earnings is tomorrow? I mean, earnings is tomorrow. Let's play earnings. If I find an earnings play, I'll tweet it. No, I can't do that. Shit, I don't know what to do. If I find an earnings play, I will tweet it. Okay, yeah. Equifax, yeah, I'm not touching it. It's got earnings tomorrow. I may play earnings. I really have to go. You guys, I'd love to do this all day. I could just sit here and stream all day, right? Make trades, make some trades. We could talk about some life things. We could get some stuff done. Let me just pull some of this up real quick. I've got. Where did it go? Just a second. I want to show you something pretty cool. I have to find it though. I don't use it a lot. So maybe it's a flex grid. I don't know why I would have it as a flex grid. What did I do with it? Did I lose it? I have a earnings chart specific to earnings. That's not it though. No. Oh, God, I hate. They need to move that stupid ass on demand button someplace else. Yeah, they need to move on demand someplace not near your charts. Where the hell's my earnings? There it is. What was it? EFX? Alright, so this is the jam right here. Come on, load, you POS. Oh, I gotta wait for all the data to come back in. Oh, it's so frustrating. They just need to get rid of that stupid ass on demand button. Because now I can't see anything. It's so frustrating. There we go. So if you're still with me, this is the earnings chart. Look at this shit. You can geek out on data. So the previous earnings, it looks like it's gapped down. Let's see, it's beat earnings 8 times out of 8 quarters analyzed, right? It usually, let's see, big down 8 moves. Let's see, down days after market, right? Let's just check this out real quick. All right, so market maker moves is a $14 move, where IV with 1 standard deviation is about a $5 move. Currently trading it. Let's see, it moved $8 today, so it's a 256. You know, if it, let's see, it. it hasn't had any big up 8-day moves, right? It's had some pretty big down days, so it looks as if though it has a tendency to sell off after earnings, right? Right, selling off after earnings. You know, 4% gap once, but then it came right back. So it's always gonna, I mean, it's gonna beat on earnings, but what it does after earnings is it has a tendency to move a couple dollars. This last earnings it gapped up, you know, that's a fluke, 13%, but it's typically about a 3 to 4% mover, right? So the market makers are expecting a $14 move, right? We closed at the higher end of that. Looking at the two, we could do the 250, 265, 250, 235 iron fly. Let's see what that looks like. EFX. So doing an earnings trade on EFX would be rough because it doesn't have weeklies. So what I would do is I would sell an iron condor, right? The 250, 250 iron fly, right? It's an iron fly. So they expect a $14 move into earnings, but it's only a $21 move to the options expiration. So with that being said, it usually looks like it sells off after earnings. So let's just say it sells off to, you know, the 50 or back to this previous high level at 238. Okay. So we would do the 260, right? 260, 230, 260, 290. Right, 260 to, I'm sorry, the 250. Yeah, we do the 250, 290, or 250, 280. And we do the 250, 220 iron fly for a $16 credit. Right, that gives us a $30 move. You guys see that? Is it? Hopefully you guys are seeing this, right? So we lose money below. Let me look at that again. Hey, what's up, Brian? What is up, my dude? I'm just shutting down. Like, I've been here for a while. There's crap out there. Yeah, there's just not a whole lot out there. I was just looking at EFX for an earnings move. We're not going to take it, just because it doesn't have weeklies. All right, we lose a lot of money in 220. So I don't know how I feel about that. Let's change it up. Let's do 250, 210. Let's do a $40 move. All right, that's a $40 move. That's not bad looking, but like I said, I don't want to wait a month for this to play out. All right, max profit 250 at, you know, on the 21st would give us $1,800 profit. So, all right, I'm gonna call it. I gotta run. Thanks for joining me. I had a lot of fun. Where's my reset my brain one? There we go. Had a lot of fun. I'm gonna start doing one of these every day, but I do stream every morning, Monday through Friday, 8 a.m. or 8:30 Eastern Standard Time. I usually stream up until about 15 minutes before the open. Some days I'll stream the open. So with that being said, make sure you do the thing. Like button, subscribe, turn on notifications. See y'all in the morning. I'm here, and yeah, have fun. Take a good one. Mankind, Etsy, Fiverr, and TLT. Yeah, but they all sucked. There's no divergence anywhere. We don't have any good divergence. I'm early on everything, dude. I'm early. Yeah, you can see early. Have a good one. Take care. Have a good night. Stay green, and don't lose your seat at the table. Have a good one.